So this is definitely not take two. This is definitely the first take because we never make mistakes here. And hello, folks. It is indeed time to duel. It is championship week. Welcome to the Hidden Oaks Overdose Football Fix podcast. I am Garlic, one of your lovely hosts, and there is my buddy Josh, one of our other lovely hosts. Say hi to the folks, Josh. Nope, Mike definitely did not pick that up, Josh.
Oh, hi, folks.
See? Never forget to email the show, hiddenoaksoverdose@gmail.com, if you want to give us some input or give us something. You can also find us on Facebook. Facebook.
What about output?
Nope, no output, Josh. Why would they send us output? You could also Facebook the show at facebook.com/hoodpod. We get most of our traffic there, mainly from Eric's Sequestrian. We also have Eric Landvik comment sometimes, and Nikita, that's true. Ryan Walters is a fan of there as well. Yeah. Oh,
you have to listen to us get real podcast advice. So
that's true. The segment start times are in the description below. So if you want to skip around, please do so. We record for about an hour 15 every episode. But if you don't want to listen to all that, feel free to look at what you're interested in down below and switch around or skip around if you need to. Lastly, thank you to our lovely illustrator Levi Oki, who made the beautiful art that you're currently hopefully looking at. You can always find him on Instagram at Levi Oki Illustration, all one word. Josh, how you feeling today, little buddy?
Awful.
Why is that?
Sick.
Are you gonna go with little words like Kevin? Why do big word when small word do?
Yes.
God, if people normally think you're dry in the podcast, this is gonna be like a whole new level of dry.
Yep.
Oh God! If it wasn't clear to anyone yet, Josh is sick. I don't know how Josh is constantly sick, but he's sick.
I'll tell you how.
This is the point where
I wasn't talking.
Oh, you were maybe thinking it, but probably not even thinking it.
Oh. I don't know.
All right, great pod so far.
I'll have to roar and start.
So, Josh, by the time we record,
football.
By the time we will have recorded next, Christmas will occur. Do you have any big Christmas plans?
Hopefully survive.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, not really.
That's not in the mic.
Dinners and lunches, sandwich, I don't know.
Okay.
Movie, I don't know. Are we still going?
Yeah, we should go to a movie. The plan is to go see Holmes, unless you want to see something else, Sherlock Holmes and Watson or whatever it is.
Don't matter to me.
Cool.
How are you, Gar?
Thanks for asking, Josh. I am good. I'm excited for Christmas. I drove straight here from work, so it was actually a little earlier today than usual. I normally take the train to Crapids and then drive here from Crapids, but I had the direct line today.
Woot woot.
Josh, how do you get sick all the time?
Honestly, I have no idea. I'm thinking it's a combination of my horrendous sleeping schedule, excessive alcohol intake, and the population in which I work with.
Mainly children and, as you described them, people with less than a home?
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, that is unfortunate for you. Oh my God, I think I got a sore throat. You got me sick.
Hopefully. I licked your car door.
You licked my car door? That is elaborate. You deserve to get me sick if you actually did that. Yeah, you got any non-football news? Anything in your life? Anything in the real world?
Not really. How's business?
Josh, you know what? Thank you for asking how business is. See, Walters sent me a little sassy text last week. He's like, oh, because I just verbally said, I didn't take the sound clip or anything, but I verbally said, what did I say? Lockdown of the century of the week or whatever the exact quote is. Lock of the century of the week. And so he texted me. He's like, are you just going to steal all our bits now, or is there any bit you won't steal? I was like, Walters, I barely steal your bits. But if you want me to steal your bits, well...
How is business?
First and foremost, we have to ask, how's business?
Bowman.
How's business? And then I figured that maybe I ought to come in here and try to help sell some stuff. Actually, maybe somebody will purchase something since we haven't made a profit in over 2 years and my ex-husband is determined to steal all my money.
The buyer sometimes would ask me. If the appraiser showed up, he would ask me. If the plumber showed up, he would ask me. The question was always, how's business, Mike?
How's business?
Booming!
Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes. Working jobs we hate, so we can buy shit we don't need.
Show me the buyer!
That's some stolen bits right there. Tonight's podcast brought to you by Arnold Palmer. Josh, you drink anything over there? You usually got an alcoholic beverage.
Water alcoholic?
I bet you wish it were. Arnold Palmer is delicious. Should we have any other sponsors for tonight, Josh?
Nope. No, I think we're good to go. I think, oh, wait, nope. Nope, yep, we're good.
Are you 100% we're good?
Yeah, I was looking for something nearby that I could have shouted out as a sponsor, but I don't think Print Central Paper is going to. We already have Dunder Mifflin. And so, yeah, I'm done.
All right, cool. Well, if those are the sponsors we got, we can move on to our football news segment. Josh, you want to give us some headlines from NFL.com?
Do you want my honest answer?
Yeah, let's hear. Honesty is important.
There's only one headline worth reading today.
All right, well, let's get it.
Nathan Peterman, newest member of the Oakland Raiders.
Can
Derek Carr, newest member of the Saskatchewan Suckets.
Is that their team name?
Nathan Peterman is going to help John Gruden reach his tanking goals.
You think he's going to bench Carr in the last couple of games here to ensure two more losses?
Probably. I mean, you wouldn't have to bench Carr to do that, but yeah.
Gotcha. Well, in Packers news, they're saying Aaron Rodgers says he'll play, but Philbin says he won't say if he'll play or not. So I don't know if they're just not on the same page or if Philbin doesn't know how to read. Probably maybe Aaron Rodgers texted him and he's not familiar with.
Well, Philbin's kind of old, so he probably doesn't have social media. Hasn't heard what Rodgers has said.
I could believe that. Cam Newton out for the year. That's newsworthy, I'd say.
I mean, he went, 11 for 452 on Monday night?
I mean, yeah, when you got a shouldered injury is what I was going to say, because I'm really educated. That's what happens.
Talk less.
Josh, when you trail off, the mic does. See, this is what happens to us when we play Xbox together. When you're not close to your mic and you just trail off at all the end of your sentences, the mic will never pick it up.
Well, that's because my head gets lazy.
Your head gets lazy.
Well, all of me gets lazy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, I have no idea what to think about that. I saw those headlines come in today, but I just kind of sat on the ground at work and sat on the couch at home and didn't really do much. So, sure, Rodgers plays. I don't know.
All right. What an awesome news segment.
Yep.
All right, Josh, you want to talk about Week 15 in the NFL?
I can. I only watched one football game this weekend.
And it was the Vikings game, of course.
Yeah, no, I watched Miami game. They got their butt kicked by whoever they played.
Some scrubs.
Yeah, but when you're the 33rd ranked defense in the NFL, it's bound to happen at some point.
Who are they behind again? Everyone? I said, who are they behind again? You said 33rd, so I was just trying to...
Oh, yeah, everybody.
The Saskatchewan Sockets are probably part of that 32, the team you just mentioned earlier ago.
No.
Jesus, am I sick too?
No, they're behind the Cleveland Browns backup defense as well. That's 31.
32 is the starting Bills defense?
Yeah. But, so yeah, that was an interesting game to watch. I know... Like you said in the text message, everybody's going to come out of the woodwork. Vikings to the Super Bowl confirmed. This is the change we needed. And that might have been what got me sick, is the cancer from all that conversation. So,
One game is all it takes, Josh. Super Bowl confirmed.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because everyone's saying they finally beat a team with a winning record, but they don't have a winning record anymore. So are they still a team with a winning record?
That's like almost a Schrodinger's cat type deal. Because I mean, when we started playing them, they had a winning record, but when we finished playing them, they didn't. Where'd it go? Where'd the winning record go, Josh?
I don't know, but that's going to be the stat that people pull out. Yeah, we beat a winning record team. Well, you beat the Miami Dolphins, who started off 4-0 because 4 teams got killed on the way to the stadium.
Can confirm. They beat the Patriots. The Dolphins did. Did you say who to America's team?
You were talking about the Patriots, not the Packers.
All right. How dare you?
Speaking of the Packers, they didn't play this weekend.
Oh, they did.
No,
Why didn't they play this weekend? I thought they were scheduled a game.
they weren't. They just I think they sent over a parachute with a bunch of white towels and dropped it onto the field for Chicago.
Oh, why'd they do that? Why would they give up? I thought the Packers were America's team, an organization of honor.
They
that
were
would never
too
give
busy
up.
defending the country
From
terroristic Midwestern football teams not in Green Bay.
So the rest of them?
Yep. I don't know. I'm really, really starting to feel drugs.
Did you NyQuil up before pre-pod? Or did you DayQuil up, or what'd you take?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Just a special little cocktail of cold medicine?
Got to take my uppers with my downers because then I even myself out.
You know what, Josh? You're absolutely right. You're a genius.
Can't go wrong.
Right now, we're both big Parks and Recs fan. Right now, you remind me of like Ron Swanson when he gets sick. He's like, "I'm not sick." He's just sitting there like sweating profusely. Or no, he's all bundled up.
Yeah,
you're there in your sweats.
I don't need to go to the doctor. Yep, no, that's me. I'm not going to the doctor. I don't need to go to the doctor. What I need is bourbon and chicken noodle soup
specifically.
Yeah, but no, it's. Yeah, Packers-Chicago game, I think I called it. It was a close game, I understand. I didn't get to watch any of it. I tried to stream it, ended up getting a virus on my computer that I had to get rid of, so that was fun.
Where are you streaming these games from? I watch NFL games every week on my computer.
Yeah, but your computer also had pink eye for like a month, too.
Yeah, but I got a brand new computer. Those two things were unrelated, Josh. Streaming football games and pink eye are... That's because you farted on my computer, you bastard.
No, that was Odin.
He did fart on my computer a lot.
Yeah. But no, I guess the only thing that I'd really taken from note was Rodgers throwing a pick in the end zone in the fourth. That sucks. But in the end, I figured Chicago would win that game just because their defense is kind of world beaters. Other notable games, Gar, your turn to talk.
Chargers Chiefs Thursday night, the last Thursday night game of the year. Did you? Oh, you didn't watch any of that, did you? Because you were at... Why'd you get home so late? You said you got home at like 10:30 or something from Doggy, whatever.
We were talking afterwards
me,
because Nikita and I are in a dog addicts club.
Addicts club,
yep.
Huh?
And so what it is we pay a monthly fee and we get to go to unlimited training for both of our dogs instead of $90. It's $120 for unlimited training for 2 dogs instead of $90 per dog for 5 trainings. So we're doing it that way. And we were talking to some of the other people there that we know after class, and then we let the dogs play around for a little bit, and we're possibly helping with a litter of French bulldogs. When they get born, we're going to help deliver them and take care of them. Not take care of them here, but help clean them off and get them back to the mama.
So what are you going to do? You're just going to palm
Abduct them all.
You're going to what?
Abduct them all, yep.
Oh, I was going to say you're going to palm it and then like pour a beer over it and call it good, but...
No, Garlic, we don't mess around about dogs. Ooh, Snapchat.
Where'd you get a Snapchat from, Josh?
Probably T. You suck.
Why would T say you suck?
Fine, it was from Snapchat. I don't have friends.
Other notable games. Did you watch any Saturday football? It was Texans, Jets, and Browns, Broncos.
I did not. I'm trying to remember what I did. Oh, I went to the Raising Cane's birthday party.
You did that at like, I don't know, that was like 4 or that was like 6 o'clock at night.
Oh, it wasn't. I left at 4:30.
Well, you still could have watched the whole Texans Jets game if that's true.
The whole Texans Jets games, the one that started at 3:30,
mm-hmm.
And I left at 4:30.
Yeah, the games are an hour long, right? 60 minutes.
I guess 15-minute quarters. I can't argue with your logic.
So, but no, you didn't watch any Saturday football?
I watched a little bit of the Browns Broncos game, but by a little bit I mean maybe a series.
Gotcha. Well, I won't bore all the fans then, since we can't have a dialogue about it. But I thought this entire week of football is pretty great. The Thursday night game was great when the Chargers come back to win. The Texans-Jets game was actually exciting, which you wouldn't think it would be. Browns-Broncos game came down to the very end. Bills beat the Lions.
I'm Walters. I watched one game this week.
You are Walters. How's it feel?
I think I got sicker.
The Dirty Driscoll boys beat up on the Raiders. Colts shut out the Cowboys. That was surprising to a lot of people. 23-0. Obviously, the Vikings rout the Finns. Giants get shut out by the Titans. We'll talk about that one later in relation to Walters. He won't like that very much.
Was his pick the Giants in their spread?
That was his lock of the century of the week right there.
Oh.
Stone cold lock of the century of the week.
Yikes.
The line was Giants minus 2.5, or the Giants favored by 2.5. So Jags lose, Ravens win. 49ers upset this Seahawks. Steelers beat the Pats. Eagles beat the Rams. A lot of upsets. All right, cool. This is an energizing, super awesome pod. Josh, you want to talk little locks and upsets?
Not really. You kicked my butt again.
Well, Josh, why are you picking the wrong games?
I don't know. I picked the Rams over Philly. Wrong. Dallas over Indy. Very wrong.
Yeah, I picked Seattle over San Fran, which was wrong, depressingly. But San Diego Chargers upset KC Thursday night. I thought that was more of an emotional / biased pick, but it worked out for me in the end. 1 point difference. They went for 2 in regulation because they're not pussies, and they won it.
Yep. I have Minnesota as my lock this week over Detroit, and my upset is the Jets over Green Bay.
Josh, if you don't get at least a little bit more energy, this is what's going to happen.
I'm gonna take a pillowcase and fill it full of bars of soap and beat the shit out of you.
Let me tell you why I suck.
I'd prefer if you didn't, but...
Okay. Oh, that works.
I'm just threatening your life. No big deal. Hope you don't mind.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
All right, so who do you got this week?
I had Minnesota at Detroit. That's my lock. My upset is the Jets versus Green Bay.
You really think Green Bay is going to implode that bad? They're going to lose to the Jets?
I hope so.
Why do you hope so?
Because if they lose out, they get a top 10 pick.
I don't care about draft talk.
I don't. That's the only fact that I know about if we lose out. So,
all right, Josh. All we got is some hypocrisy out of you. So going back to Mr. Walters for a second here, we just briefly mentioned it, but he late last week he didn't post on Facebook. He submitted a Stone Cold Lock of the Century of the Week to us. He wanted the Giants over Tennessee with a 2.5 point spread, and that did not happen. It went 15.5 points in the other direction, or 14.5 points in the other direction. So Walters, you suck.
yeah.
All right, this week, speaking of stolen segments, this week,
Stone Cold Lock of the Century.
All the week.
the Stone Cold Lock of the Century of the Week is going to be Indy over whoever the hell they play. I just closed it out, but I'll reopen it.
Giants.
Indy over the Giants. That's my Stone Cold Lock of the Century of the Week. And then my upset's going to be Atlanta over Carolina. Cam Newton's out for the year. Maybe Atlanta tries to win a divisional game for funsies.
Yeah, mine as well. YOLO.
And we have no celebrity shots in the locks and upsets. So, Josh, Week 16 in the NFL, we touched on it briefly because both our teams are in your locks and upsets. But what do we got this week for Packers football?
Packers play at New York against the lovely Jets.
Everyone's favorite team.
Right.
America's team, basically.
Yeah. Technically, aren't all teams America's team because they play in America?
I mean, Buffalo played in Canada for a while, so.
Yeah, and I guess I don't consider parts of California America just because they're hippies. But, yeah. And so, yeah, Packers at New York Jets should be a win for the Packers, but my heart is broken and my emotions are dead. So I'm going to say the Packers lose this one, especially with the questionable of Rodgers playing, the question of Rodgers playing, words hard, thinking tough, speaking worse. And then Aaron Jones being shut down for the year. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens. Go Pack, go.
You having the Jets upsetting the Packers is just, I don't know how I feel about it.
What we're dealing with here is a complete lack of respect for the law.
It's actually not even an upset, so.
Wait, what?
I think that they're favored.
The Jets, there's no way the Jets are favored over
I don't know.
Green
There was
Bay.
no line when I looked.
Oh, really? It's possible that it's like an even game. All right, I'm not going to waste time to look it up. Anyways, so the Vikings played Detroit this week. Like we talked about earlier, all the Vikings fans coming out of the woodwork with Stefanski now calling the plays. We win one game against the 29th ranked Dolphins defense, and Super Bowl confirmed, Joth. We're going all the way. DeFilippo sucks real bad. Stefanski's the prodigy. He's the Messiah we've been waiting for this whole time. Dalvin Cook 7,000 yards confirmed on to season. I don't know what fucking I don't know what type of accent that was supposed to be, but
that was a very accurate representation of the VWO, the Vikings World Order.
The Vikings World Order. Yeah, sure. I'd say it's a decent.
That's an actual organization. You could check it out.
Green Bay's favored by 3. Guy, how dare you?
Oh well, YOLO. But yeah, so like I said, that's an actual organization. You should look it up.
Vikings World Order. Does it have to do with the Minnesota Vikings, or does that have to do with
it's
TV
a Minnesota
show?
It's a Minnesota Vikings. It's Nikita's uncle's in that group, and let's just say it is it's a bunch of middle-aged men who think that the Vikings are Super Bowl contenders, even if they're not even in the NFL anymore. Huh. You know the guys at the show on the TV where they're all dressed up in purple and they're front row flexing and they're wearing the Viking stuff.
Where'd you get videos and pictures of my dad?
Pornhub.
Oh man, Mr. Energy over there. Any other notable games for you this week?
Football games.
Yeah, football games or football matches. Are you excited about the Man United matchup? That probably isn't happening, but soccer.
If I wanted to watch a 0-0 game, I'd turn Madden on and not play.
I wish you got your big yapper.
I'm saying ring. I really don't like how our sound clips are so inconsistent on their loudness.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for every game that I have a fantasy player playing in.
Yeah, we'll talk about your fantasy matchups in a moment here, but so there's no Thursday Night Football. Thursday Night Football is over. Saturday, we got 2 games. We got Redskins-Titans. I don't know if anyone's excited for that one. Titans should win.
They're not even excited for that one.
Mark Sanchez is starting for the Skins still, so
He
yikes.
had a butt. I don't know if we covered it. I don't even know if it was last week. He recovered a fumble with his butt this time. He's gone full circle.
I never heard about that, so
It's
that's
a
exciting.
circle of life.
The circle of life.
Are you going to open that?
I already did.
Quit crinkling your crackers, cracker.
It's the rapper, and you can barely hear it.
Well, they can't hear it, but I can hear it.
I don't care what you can hear. Anyway, Saturday football. Ravens-Chargers, though. Saturday night, that's a big football game. A lot of playoff implications. Chargers could potentially sneak into the 1 spot if the kind of stars align for them in the AFC, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Bengals-Browns, meh. Cowboys-Bucks. Playoff implications for the Vikings, kind of. It would be if they stay in the 4 seed and we sneak into the 5 seed, we could play them instead of playing a good team, so we might be able to make it to the divisional round. Vikings play the Lions like we talked about. Giants-Colts. Jags-Dolphins. Patriots-Bills. Texans-Eagles. Should be a good game. What are you doing right now? Josh is making this really weird face. You're not going to explain yourself to anybody?
I wasn't doing anything.
All right, guy. Falcons-Panthers. Doesn't matter. Rams-Cardinals. Can Jared Goff continue to implode, Josh? You've been paying attention? He's had 3 terrible weeks back-to-back-to-back.
I have been.
Oh, have you?
We'll get into that.
All right. Bears-Niners. If the Niners can upset the Bears, I will be ecstatic for the Vikings' sake. Saints-Steelers should be a fun game. Chiefs-Hawks. Big playoff implications as well for us. And then Broncos-Raiders. Doesn't matter to anyone ever. What's our next segment? What do we even do the show for? Oh, general fantasy, Josh. You want to talk some general fantasy stuff?
Yeah. So, top performers of the week. I can open that. We've got.
Are you gonna do it this week?
We've got. Oh, that's not for the week. Let's just see. View. 15. Oh, nope. Got the top performers.
Josh, you were just struggling over there, aren't you, buddy?
You breaking my balls here, huh? You breaking my balls.
I didn't even know we had that sound clip. So we've got. Do you do it by position?
Mm-hmm.
The number 1 QB, Matt Ryan with 25.
I just read the top 5. I don't go that crazy with it.
Matt Ryan, Deshaun Watson, Sam Darnold, and Josh Allen.
That was 4.
Mitch Trubisky.
Get fucked, Green Bay.
And he tied Russell Wilson. So.
Oh, all right. So yeah, but I mean, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Trubisky, those are not names you'd probably expect to see in the top 5.
No, and here we're going to have another bunch of names you probably don't expect to see in the top 5 for running backs.
Yeah, Todd Gurley blows.
Well, Todd Gurley's Damian Williams, Derrick Henry, Delvin Cook, and Joe Mixon.
Yikes.
Wide receivers, D Hop, thank you very much for the win. Mike Williams, Alshon Jeffrey, Doug Baldwin, and Roby Anderson.
Roby.
We don't have tight ends in our league, so no one cares.
Josh, we do have tight
Top
ends in our league.
defense. Did we do defense usually?
No.
Defense doesn't matter. Kickers. I just want to do this one because I'm going to try and pronounce it. For Houston with 22.
That was the worst attempt you might have ever made at a name ever.
Okay, Gerlich.
Try it one. I've never said Gerlich in my life. Try it one more time.
Kaimi Fairbarn.
Baron, yeah. I just call him Kai Fairbairn, but
I call him savior of my semifinal team.
of one of your semifinal teams at least.
Yeah.
Yep. That was the top kicker.
Yeah, I wasn't going to read the rest. Kickers don't matter.
All right, Josh, this is normally when we get into our little grain of salt. Do you want to talk about your overall fantasy record, or maybe how you performed? Not your overall fantasy record, but just how you performed last week in the semis?
Not really.
Come on, Josh.
I guess
this is your time to rant.
I went 4-3 in all my leagues. 1, 2, 3 of them were playoff, or 3 of them. Wait, what's going on here?
Do you know how to read your own notes?
2 of them I advanced to the. I didn't take notes. 2 of them I had advanced to the finals. One of the losses, I should say, was a stat correction that came in after Monday night's game, Tuesday afternoon, because they ruled Jared Goff's interception as a sack fumble, and the league I play in has that as -4 combined points, whereas an interception's -2. So I don't know how the math adds up, but we lost by 1 instead of tying, and I hate every single thing that has to do with non-decimal scoring. I hate everything to do with Jared Goff and his stupid pretty face. I hate Todd Gurley. No, I don't hate Todd Gurley. I hate non-decimal leagues. And
Josh,
stupid leagues that get the Vikings 39 points.
Hey, Josh, you know what that stat correction, you still would have lost in a decimal league, right?
No, I had more 0.9 points than them.
Okay, so you would have won initially. Wait, what? So you're saying you had more points, so your fractions would have rounded up?
No, we had 3 or 4 players that had like 59, 69, 79 yards. So we would have had an additional 4 points just on the 0.9s. And the other team had 0.1, 0.2. Trust me, I did the math. We would have won by 1.1.
Sounds like a close one.
It was.
It's okay to be upset you lost, little buddy. It happens. We've all been there.
Yeah, how many playoffs are you still in?
Not now that we fucking lost.
Yeah, well, that one doesn't count. Redo.
Recount?
Redo. Yeah, recount.
No,
Redraft.
I thought you said we count, but you're saying re with an R, not a W.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was how'd your week go?
Well, the only semi-match I had was in our combined league, you and me in the BSB. And, well, Josh, it was very tragic, and we don't want to talk about it very much, but this is what we are.
You are one pathetic loser.
Yep.
It's very disappointing, but it's true.
All right, stud dud.
How did you do last week, buddy?
Well, Chris McCaffrey was a stud. I knew he would be as soon as Walters chimed in and said that he had him as a dud. He put up 26, which is 4.5 better than his 21.5 projection. Jalen Samuels did play, and he scored 19.2. He had a couple of really big runs, so he did outscore his projection, but only by 2 points.
So your dud was not very Dudley, is what you're telling me.
No, it was not a Dudley dud.
That is tragic for you. My stud was Ryan. It was Zay Jones. The guy had back-to-back weeks with 9 targets. I was like, you know what? My man Josh Allen, he's going to get Zay Jones the ball. They're going to win the game. They did win the game, but it was despite of Zay Jones. He only had 2.1 points. I'm guessing that's going to be 1 catch for 11 yards. Maybe not, but... Or 2 catches for a combined 1 yard.
It was 1 catch for 11 yards.
I'm so smart. So Zay Jones was not a stud at all. Andrew Luck, though, I picked as my dud. He was projected 18.6. He only got 9.7. So despite the shutout, Andrew Luck did not do great fantasy-wise. So that gained me about 9 points. So overall, I'm positive in both my studs and my duds in my differential scores. I am currently the lead dog, if you will, with a plus 30.9. Josh Ridley has 20.7 because he sucks.
Yep.
Last week, Eric's had Michael Thomas as a stud. He was projected 18.6. He only got 11.9. Eric's continues to suck at this game. And he picked Aaron Jones as his dud. It's going to big-ass yawn right when I'm talking, guy.
Yeah. Keep talking. I'm trying to hurry through this.
Oh, that's not going to happen. Aaron Jones was very dudley, though. He was projected 14.9. He only got 0.8. Aaron Jones done for the season, quite sadly.
Who do you got this week?
Who do I got this week, Josh? Well, in another move that'll probably upset you because you didn't like when I picked the Dallas Cowboys or whatever defense.
Patriots defense.
Patriots defense is my stud. I picked our good friend Kaimi Fairbairn as my stud. He is projected 9 points currently, but last couple weeks he's had like 15 or 20 fantasy points as a kicker. So
thanks for the jinx.
They're playing the Eagles, and I'm hoping he gets a nice 20 fantasy points there. My dud, however, is Jared Goff. The man has blown chunks like the last 3 weeks. They're playing Arizona this week, so I mean, why not just continue to suck?
Yeah, my stud is Demaryius Thomas, who was projected 9.7, and the reason I picked him is because Derek has him, so he's definitely going to go off this week because I can't have nice things. And then my dud was Breeze after having a couple bad weeks. He's actually reasonable to put on the duds list. He's projected 19.9, but the real reasoning is he's on my team, so of course he's going to underperform for a 3rd straight week.
Yeah. So you really think Drew Brees will be a dud, huh? That's just tragic for him. Who do they play again? I listed it a moment ago, but I forget off the top.
Care.
You don't care who they play? Oh, poor baby Josh is upset. Our good friend Eric's, who was the lead dog long ago, is currently not, though. He's got, this week, he's got Nick Chubb as his stud, already projected 20.1. They're playing Cincy, so that should be a good game for Chubb, but I don't know how much higher you can go than 20 as a running back. I'm not super high unless you're like Todd Gurley. Anyways, Robert Woods is his dud, wide receiver. He's currently projected 16.2. He didn't really give a reasoning for his dud, but yeah, 16.2 was is his projection.
Yeah.
And Eric has him as a stud. Eric's, however, is still beating Josh despite how bad he's been doing lately. So
good for him.
Josh, you're
Hit Notes Redraft League.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta write down the segment start time, Josh. We have ways of doing things around here. There we go. Head Knocks Redraft League, Josh. Talky talk.
I beat Willie, 150.1 to 110.9. Thank you, DeAndre Hopkins. Thank you, Joe Mixon. Thank you, Carolina. And
that's not his name. All right, so Josh, this is probably going to play for a second, so just don't freak. There we go. All right, we got something queued up here for a moment in the future. Derek beats T in a honestly low-scoring matchup, 93.2 to T's 84.6. Neither team really showed up, but Derek had Damian Williams, that we mentioned a moment ago. He got him 30.3, so a third of his score came from one player. That's usually not a good sign, but Derek was on the winning end of it, so that's good for Derek. Do you want to talk accidentally Stinker Tinkers right now, or do you want to wait
Sure.
until? All right, Josh, Mr. Energy, Mr. Fun. We talked earlier about stolen bits, so you know what, Josh? I think we should steal another bit.
Hi, I'm Plaxico Burris, wide receiver for the New York Giants, and I have a very important message for all you little boys and girls out there. Don't mess with handguns, because accidents do happen. Hi, I'm Plaxico Burris of the New York Giants. If you must carry a gun, make sure the safety is always on. Because this is one safety you just don't want to do. You want to be in the... You're supposed to unload that motherfucker.
Calm down.
It's like a fucking...
You little bitch. Hi, I'm Hi, I'm Plaxico. You see a gun, you leave that motherfucker alone, all right? You go get an adult, you get a... Oh shit, dude got shot. Yo, I'm out of here, man. That motherfucker possessed. I'm just trying to help the kids, though. I'm just trying to help the kids.
You can't tell me you don't laugh like every time you hear that just a little bit.
Did I laugh at all?
I mean, no, but you're sick and you're not yourself currently.
I guess.
Or maybe this is your true self. I don't know.
Maybe I'm not sick. Maybe this is my normalcy. And when I'm actually sick, it's when I'm happy. Right?
All right. Now that my mind's blown. Anyways, Plex accidentally shot theirself. So the whole point of that bit is to roast people who start players they shouldn't or don't start players they should have, essentially. Alshon Jeffrey sat on your bench this week. You had Jamison Crowder in your starting lineup for whatever god-awful reason. I know Derek roasted you for that last week. If you were to start Alshon Jeffrey over any of your wide receivers that aren't Adam Thielen, you would have gained about 16-ish points. I didn't do the math on all of them, but you would have gained about 16 points. Definitely would have been enough to win the matchup. If you would have played Alshon over Adam Thielen, you would have got 20 more points. Probably would have never done that. That's why I listed the 16, or I separated Thielen out. But you would have started Alshon Jeffrey over Jamison Crowder. You would have won. And you would be in the championship. You'd be playing Josh. But sadly...
Losing to Josh.
Sure. Sadly, you didn't play Alshon Jeffrey again for whatever reason. I don't understand. But you lost. You accidentally shot yourself in the leg. Fifth place matchup doesn't matter that much, but Nikita beats Brad. I noted here that Nikita had the second highest score of the week, so that's unfortunate for her, but she routed Brad, so it's like a Brad, you're now in sixth instead of fifth. I won't go over the matchup. I won't go over the consolation bracket too much, just to say that Jordan and Garrett won their matchup, so those will be the two that are in the consolation championship. We can talk about
which
more in a
place
sec,
did you get?
According to the consolation bracket, I am dead last.
Okay, just curious.
Nope. Yep. According to the standings, I am 11th. According to the consolation championship bracket, I'm 12th. So
okay,
last or second to last, either way. You care about any of those other matchups, Josh?
Nope. All right, Dynasty League.
Well, do you want to talk about the next week's matchups?
Oh, we have one more week left?
We do have one more week left. Josh, you're in the championship in the Redraft League. I assume you'd want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, Josh.
Hello?
Hey, cutie.
Oh my God. How are you?
Sick.
What?
I'm not feeling too well. Garlic just threw a phone call at me, so.
Yeah, Josh is being a baby. He's sick currently, allegedly. But yeah, you guys got a big playoff matchup. Let's hear about it.
Are you talking like me?
Yeah, go for it. Well, I mean, your voice is much sexier than Josh's anyway, so we can let you do the bulk of the talking if you want. I don't know if you want to start by talking about... Oop, go ahead.
It's funny you bring up my voice because I'm listening to the podcast because, yes, I am now a listener. I'm listening to last week's podcast, and, you don't realize how much you hate your voice until you listen to it.
That's why I've never listened to our podcast.
For everybody listening, I got this, very high-pitched unmanly voice. And I apologize for it.
But in real life, he's a real man. I mean, that dude is jacked. He's got a dick that's like 4 feet long, and he can lift like 10,000 pounds. So don't let his voice deceive you.
Yeah. All those are accurate statements, so.
I figured.
All right.
So I don't know if you want to talk about beating T
already.
first, or if you just want to get straight into playing Josh, but.
Let's talk about beating T first. So I also heard his little phone call last week. That was ridiculous. So I'm glad I beat him. And when you don't score 100 points and you still win, like, sure, I was mad at my team for not even being able to score 100, but I was more like, wow, T's team's pretty pathetic. So that's all I have to say about that matchup.
Do you have any insight? Maybe you understand stupid people better than I do. Do you have any insight into why he would play Jamison Crowder instead of Alshon Jeffrey?
I can't provide that insight. It's not something most people would do. The only thing I can think of is maybe he was thinking, something crazy would happen. But there's, not much he could have done, I suppose. Got his team pulled up now. Last week I was going on about how good his team was. I guess I didn't realize how terrible it actually is.
Yeah.
I guess you don't know until you actually beat somebody.
Yeah, it was a pretty depressing week for both you guys, but that's in the past, and let's talk about your matchup with Josh.
All right, let's talk about the future. It'll be good. He's projected a little higher than I am. Obviously, the two teams in the championship are a pretty good team.
You would hope so.
Still don't know who I'm going to start, but I'm feeling very confident going into the matchup.
That's good. Any players specifically that bring you that confidence, or just like any matchups, or like what's making you so excited?
Yeah, for sure. I got Melvin Gordon back. I have Leonard Fournette going against the Dolphins defense, which you see what Dalvin Cook did to them.
It's true.
So, and now Fournette has had a couple weeks to kind of be back, and so now he's poised for a good game.
Poised, huh?
Tyreek Hill, I'm hoping, is coming back very healthy. Damian Williams did nothing but make me think he's going to be an amazing star. The Rams defense against Arizona's offense. I mean, my defense alone will probably win me this game.
I was just going to say that.
However, Minnesota's defense against Detroit, I don't think Detroit is playing for nothing anymore. So,
were they ever playing for anything?
Well, not since. Okay, never. Yeah. Yeah, they're the Lions are pathetic. I think we can all agree. So the Minnesota defense should feast on them.
Hopefully.
Other than that, it'll be good. It'll be fun. Hopefully I score 100 and make it a game. I'm hoping, we don't have one of those situations where someone wins by 50, but
we're the lowest scoring teams in the week.
Just score more than Bradley. That's all I'm asking either of you guys. As long as you get more than Bradley, then I'll be happy with you.
I think we can all agree Brad is pretty horseshit at fantasy football, so I think, you know what, I'm pretty much going to guarantee that.
I'll bench everyone and outscore him.
Yeah, that's how sad Bradley is.
So Derek
Just
talked
kidding,
about
Brad, love you.
Derek talked about his team. Josh, you want to talk about your team for a little bit?
Well, I mean, I think if Drew Brees can turn it around, that'd be nice. Going against Pitt, so they'll probably be throwing. Mixon, he's been having a quiet, good year at Cleveland, so a divisional game. Driscoll's down, or Driscoll's the QB. Tyler Boyd's probably out, so it's going to be a heavy game for him, but then that can also mean they're going to load the box. Sony Michel versus Buffalo. I'm hoping that he gets back to his former glory. How did he do last time they played Buffalo? Did he even play? Was he injured that game? Yeah, he was injured that game, so who knows? Michael Thomas, once again, the Drew Brees connection. Hopefully they hook up for 4 or 5 touchdowns. And then if DeAndre Hopkins can repeat what he did last week, I'd feel pretty confident.
Are you still going to start Josh Gordon? I know he's in your lineup right now, but I don't know if that's a mistake or...
We'll see.
So currently, with the ESPN projections, obviously a lot can change. Derek said he might change his lineup before game day. Josh is currently favored to win by 12, 127.8 to Derek here, 115.6. You said you're feeling pretty okay going to the matchup, but does it affect your the psychology of it all, knowing you're projected to lose by 12 as it stands right now?
It doesn't, and here's why. I was projected to lose to T by, it was something like 10, I want to say, and you've seen what happened there. So, I'm not saying projections don't mean anything, but I personally definitely look past projections when it goes to, say, starting up one player over another. I'll make my own projection. So this whole thing, I don't look too much into it. I don't let it bother me.
Rock on.
I do want to point out that my team, besides my defense and kicker, is the same team that I drafted.
Really?
Yeah.
No. How about you, Derek? Any big free agent additions on your team? I mean, Damian Williams, obviously, but are most of those guys the guys you drafted as well, or?
No, not at all, actually. So I can't remember if I drafted T.J. Yeldon, but I started him most of the year because Leonard Fournette can't get on the field.
You did not. I looked.
Obviously, Josh Adams I haven't had on my team. I've only had him the last few weeks. And then, my quarterback situation this year was very weird. So despite being in the championship, I've started a lot of quarterbacks. I'm not sure if you guys are aware. I had Ryan Fitzpatrick as my quarterback a couple times.
As you should.
I used to do the Tampa Bay Buccaneer team, actually. Whoever was starting at quarterback, I was starting in fantasy. So I've started Jameis Winston a few times. And then, to be honest, I don't even really remember how I think when I heard Lamar Jackson was going to be starting, that's when I was like, well, they'll probably run for a couple touchdowns, so he'll be my new quarterback. And now I've ran with him the last few weeks, and it's worked out for me pretty well.
Nice. So, Josh, I'll ask you first. If you win the championship, obviously you got a trophy now. Do you plan on doing anything with the trophy, or just in general, if you win the championship? I know we've talked about it. You probably haven't won a fantasy championship in some time. Any big plans going to Disney World or anything? Or
I'm gonna act like I've been there.
You're gonna act like you've won a championship?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the porcelain throne right behind the toilet. That way, whenever I get in and out of the shower, I'll see it. Nice and steamy. Shine it.
You gonna shine it with the steam or with your piss?
No, I'll if I win it, I'll probably just donate it to charity.
Donate the metal and the wood for whatever, like $5.
I'll harvest it and break it down so I can go to the smith and make my own dagger.
How about you, Derek? Any big plans just for winning in general or with the trophy? Or?
Well, I just want to start out by saying that everyone in the league should be thanking me that I'm going to win this game so that we don't have Josh's shit particles all over our trophy.
I will appreciate that.
Yes.
But then we'll have yours.
Welcome, everybody. And, I'm just, it'll come with me everywhere I go, except the bathroom because I'm not a fucking savage like Josh is. But, yeah, other than that, it's pretty much going to, it'll ride in the car with me. It's going to come to the gym with me. It's going to watch TV with me. The usual stuff people do with fantasy trophies.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd say that's pretty common. Are you in any other championships this week in any of your other leagues?
That's a very sensitive subject. I am sad you brought that up. I am not. In my other semifinal matchup, I did lose.
Oof.
So, but it makes it just as important, though, because I'm going for third. And then, in my two leagues, I got absolutely nothing going on. And so pretty much this game will be the highlight of my week. And then, I am playing for third, which you'd get something back. So I guess I'm going to care about that one too. But other than that, this is it. So if I lose here, there'll definitely be a cry session. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. So you guys are playing for $215. I know it's not a lot of money in fantasy terms. Our buy-in's only $40 though, so it's like 5 times return there. Loser will still get $100, so that'll be nice. I'm thinking next year about upping the ante a little bit so we can have a little more prize money because we kind of diluted out, but we'll see if that works out or not. So $215.
I would say we get rid of the consolation bracket winner and then the most points for. We just do the side bets.
I mean, that's only $40 more. It's not a big difference, but
I like the side bet thing.
Do you?
I won one, and it was like for being the highest scoring loser. So I was like, hey, you're a loser. Here's some money.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a cool addition. We didn't talk about it much during the year, but I'm sure everyone appreciated when they got their money at the end.
Hey, and also, I don't care who you are, $215. If you don't think that's a lot of money, then I think you're stuck up.
No, I mean, obviously.
So,
all right, Jesus.
Yeah.
No, $215 is a good chunk of change. I would definitely wish I could be winning it around this time of year. That'd be nice.
You gotta get good at fantasy football.
I wish I could, Derek. Maybe you think you give me some tips, maybe some lessons?
Yeah, when we do our thing we were going to do next week that I can't say on a podcast, maybe I'll teach you something.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'd love that. I mean, we'll teach each other some things that night, so it'll be great. Josh, you got anything else? You got anything else you want to add for this matchup?
Nope. Good luck, Derek.
Thank you.
Derek, anything else you want to say? Kind of the last minute.
I do want to say.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say good luck to Josh because super good dude, one of my faves. So I'm glad we're both going to be seeing some money out of this.
Yeah.
And I'm honored to be in the championship with you.
So sweet. Thank you.
Josh going for his. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say I'm just trying to sound good in front of everyone listening, so they don't think I'm some asshole.
Oh, I mean, anyone that would listen to this and know you knows what a lovely guy you are. So.
Really, because if you wanted me to be honest, I really hope Josh's team crashes and burns and I win all the money. And
You're not
Josh feels so bad that he gives me his $100 that he wins. So.
That would probably happen.
So yeah, Josh is going for his. Yeah, Josh is going for his first ship. Derek is, like I said via text message, Derek is shooting for the Third Reich. So we'll see how it all shakes out. Derek, thank you for joining us. And last thing I'll say to you is don't forget that I'm going to put your team name on the trophy if you win. So I don't know if you want the Walking Tacos to be what's on the trophy, but if not, I'll definitely change your name before next Wednesday or next Tuesday night or whenever it's final. Next Monday night, or days are hard.
I will keep that in mind. The Walking Tacos is a absolute fantastic name. So that will be going on the trophy, and I'm very excited for that.
All right, awesome. Well, Derek, like I said, thank you for joining us. I love you very much. And if Sweeney's in the background there, you know what? I'll tell him I love him too. So.
He's not in the background this time. It's unfortunate, but I'm sure he loves you as well, and I love you both. And thanks for having me, and I can't wait to listen.
All right, awesome. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
What a sweetheart. Josh, anything else you want to talk about for?
No, I'm crashing hard. We need to speed this up.
I mean, Josh, we don't do speed very well. But so nothing else you want to say about the Redraft League? All right, Josh, let's start talking about the Dynasty League.
Games happened. People won. People lost.
Wow, Josh, that was
Connor beat me 122.5 to 108.25. Thank you, Austin Hooper, Aaron Jones, and
Brett Maher. Yeah.
For a combined -0.2.
Yeah, that wasn't good. I remember you texted me. Was that Thursday night or Sunday that you were on? Sunday afternoon. You were not very happy about how that turned out. Anything else you want to talk about in your last?
If I would have started Jalen Samuels over Aaron Jones, granted Jones got injured, I would have won. There's my stinker tinker.
Oof, that is unfortunate for you. You accidentally shot yourself, but
stinker tinker.
You're used to third place in this league anyway, so you can shoot for that. In the other matchup, Jalen beat Connor. Jalen beat Nate 142 to 119. I've talked about it many weeks now. Nate's team has just been like clinging on. The fact that he made it to the semis is honestly a miracle in my mind. No offense to Nate. I mean, his team just wasn't getting points. He finally fell over this week. He wasn't carried by one big performer. Jalen has a pretty good team. So it's gonna be Jalen and Connor in the championship. And Josh, if you want to walk away at this point, you're more than welcome to, because I didn't plan on doing a call with Jalen and Connor. So if you just want to deuces out, you can. But that's what I'm gonna do with the pod.
Deuces.
Yeah, Josh is just a big baby. It is unfortunate that he's not feeling well though. So I'm gonna queue up this call. Hopefully they answer, because neither of them have texted me in a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. But our Dynasty League is definitely more of a slow burn, if you will. That league is only a $30 entrance, and the big pot isn't. It's not like a yearly pot. We put half the money away every year for a big pot. You have to win 2 years in a row to win the Dynasty pot. So that's pretty much how we work that out. This first call is going to be to Jalen. So hopefully he answers. He's the first team in the championship game. Ooh, it's some fancy ringtone here.
You have reached the voicemail
Oh my
box
God,
of
Jalen. All right. All right, so we'll try this again, I guess, and if not, I'll just edit it in later. So you might hear ringing again, or you might just hear future Garlic talking in a second here. But yeah. All right, hello, past Garlic. This is currently future Garlic. We're gonna try a couple phone calls here, see how it goes. We're gonna try dialing Connor first, just to see if he answers. He hasn't responded to text messages, and if not, we'll just talk to Jalen, and then edit in Connor later. The dream was to have both these guys on the same phone call at once, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Connor, you doucher. This is me. Yeah, you didn't answer, so I'm leaving a voicemail because it's funny. Yeah.
Jackass!
Here's the call to Jalen.
Hello?
Is that you ugly bastard?
Yes, it is, sir.
Aw, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. You?
Oh, just living the dream per usual. You know how it goes.
Yeah, we're not. This isn't like happening like right now, is it?
I mean, yeah. What do you mean?
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I mean, we're not like live. It's not like the radio or nothing, but I'm recording it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're in the Hidden Oaks Dynasty League. I recruited you here pretty much right before the season started. You didn't get to draft your team. You just got a team. I don't know if you want to talk about last week's matchup or talk about anything or just get straight into the championship, but, you know, you're my guest, so I'll kind of let you decide.
Well, thank you for inviting me to the league. It's definitely been interesting. I've never been into a dynasty league like this before, so it being my first one and it going so well, I think, is awesome. Some will say that I only got lucky with all my wins because nobody could score points against me, but I think it was just the way I managed my team this year. So.
You think so? You were playing good defense? Is that why no one could score so many points on you, or what?
I don't know if it's good defense. I think it was just I was picking up players. I was making moves throughout the week just to ensure that I had the best setup, the best lineup that I could get, and going from there, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I will give you that. You definitely you had the third most points for, so the only people that did better is Connor, the guy you're playing, and then Josh had more points for, but he couldn't beat Connor last week. So you did do pretty good, I'd say, with your players. Almost 2,000 points in the regular season. I know we've got 10 starters and it's PPR, but I mean 2,000 points I'd say is pretty big over 13 weeks. So I'd have to agree with you. The other people's stance, I mean, you did have the fewest points for out of anybody, so you definitely got some luck, but there's definitely some skill involved as well. Whether you'd be in the championship or not, if you would have had better teams play you, who knows? But you're here now, so that's all that really matters. Yeah, you want to talk about your matchup? Who do you got? Who are you starting, or haven't you decided yet?
Well, I've been looking at it with Thursday right around the corner. I'm trying to figure out if there's anybody in that game I need to pick up.
There's actually no Thursday night game this week, dumbass.
What's that?
I said there's no Thursday night game this week, dumbass.
Oh, well, hey, that happens too. But I looked at the scores, the projected scores. It's about 170 to 140 right now. But I was looking at some of the matchups he's got with his players and who they're playing against, the defenses they're playing with, or playing against the Cowboys. That Cowboys game, he's got a couple starters in his lineup currently that are playing the Cowboys defense who's been really, really good as of late. So I'm hoping they come through for me, shut them down a little bit, and then hopefully my players, I'm hoping Barkley goes off. He doesn't have another game like he had last week. But I don't know. It's going to be a good matchup. I'm still trying to make some moves off the line and see if I can pick up anybody here late. So.
Do you think Trubisky? I don't know the other quarterbacks on your team, but is Trubisky who you're going to ride with? Or he's kind of disappointed me this year. At least he cost me a championship game, but.
Well, so I have Trubisky and Bortles. I have Lamar Jackson as well, and I think I have Flacco as well. So Lamar Jackson, I think, he's questionable. If he he can throw the ball, and he likes to scramble. And normally when they get down towards the red zone, he's scrambling for a touchdown anyways. But I don't know. The way the Bears have been playing offensively and defensively, I think going with Trubinsky is probably going to be my best bet. And we're playing San Francisco, I believe it is this week. So I'm hoping that the Bears come out, stomp that ass like they did prior to, and we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, I think you're right. Who knows? I mean, you got Saquon. That dude's been a stud all year. You got Joe Mixon. Those are two great running backs, I'd say. Your wide receivers are a little questionable, though, in my mind. Stephon Diggs, Allen Robinson, Mike Evans. I mean, Mike Evans pretty good. Gronk has been pretty disappointing this year. James White.
100% agree.
With Gronk? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I should have got rid of him early in the season like I was trying to, but I just didn't want to bite it. So,
gotcha.
I mean, it bit me in the butt this year, but maybe next year, maybe he retires, get somebody off the draft. We'll see.
Yep. And you got the Vikings, D. Hopefully that'll be a nice matchup for you. I'm surprised to see you starting them.
Well, I got the Vikings, Steelers, and Broncos, and the Vikings I think it is the Steelers. I was looking earlier tonight. Somebody else is real close in projected points, but the offense that they're playing, I'm a little worried about. So.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, like I said, I think your team looks pretty good. Although, I mean, Connor's team is quite studly. I mean, the guy's got Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott is a stud as well. Christian McCaffrey has been amazing this year. I think he's only missed like 12 offensive snaps all year. T.Y. Hilton's been good. Josh Gordon is awful. I don't know why he's starting him, but Tyreek Hill.
Hey, let him sit there. Let him start. That's fine.
Let him start. Josh Gordon. Yeah, I bet you're okay with that. Tyreek Hill. I mean, looking at this lineup, who do you think scared you the most? I don't know if you paid much attention, but.
Well, realistically, I'm most worried about Tyreek Hill because that offense is ridiculous. At any given day, Mahomes and Tyreek Hill can connect for 40, 50 points combined, if not more than that. So definitely Tyreek Hill would be the one I'm most worried about.
Gotcha. All right. I mean, that's pretty much it. There's nothing too exciting. I don't know if you understand exactly the Dynasty League. I think I've tried to explain it to you before, but so if you win this game, you got the chance to win $80. I know that's not super exciting, but hey, $80 is more than zero, so that's always nice. And the bigger thing coming out of this game is you have the chance to, if you can win 2 years in a row, that's when you win the big pot. By this time next year, the big pot would be $600, so that's a good chunk of coin. But I will warn you that whoever's won the championship the year before has never made the playoffs. So the first year was Jordan, and he missed the playoffs 2 years ago. And then last year I won, and I missed the playoffs this year. So I don't know. Does that worry you at all, or you're not a superstitious guy?
I'm sorry. I'm down to play fantasy. Talk to me. Can you repeat that? I didn't hear you.
Oh, you're talking to the wife. That was cute. Do you need permission to talk on the phone or what? No, basically all I said was you got a chance to win $80 this year. Next year, though, if you win 2 years in a row, that's how you win the big pot. That's $600. So the only thing I could say, though, is that the champion the year before has never made the playoffs the next year. So the first year was Jordan. He missed the playoffs 2 years ago. I won last year, or he missed the playoffs last year. I won last year, but I missed the playoffs this year. So you think if you win, you'll be able to repeat and to take the playoffs again next year, or are you going to implode like the rest of us have?
Well, honestly, I'm worried about this week. I need to get through the championship game. Hopefully, Connor does something crazy and he doesn't score 170 and it's more like 110 and I score 170. And then come next year, hopefully I get some wide receivers in this upcoming draft. Maybe I can make a move with Gronk, pick up a draft pick or two, and then try my best again next year. I would love to break that little skid that you all have going on, especially coming in as this is my first year. I think I made an impact. I think I made a difference in the league. Of course, I brought the talking shit thing to the league, so I'm really good at that. I just like to worry about this week, and then once this weekend's over, I'll start worrying about next year and making the playoffs.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, you'll be drafted 9 or 10, so if you want any better picks, you'll have to trade around. But that's always a possibility. I know a lot of people in this league like to trade. So that's pretty much all I got, man. You got any other final thoughts? You want to give any shout-outs or trash talk or anything before we let you go, or are you just going to let your players do the talking?
Well, best of luck to Connor, and we'll see who can be crowned champ here in a little bit.
All right, man. Best of luck to you, and we'll see how it shakes up on Monday night.
All right, sounds good.
All right, deuces.
All right, later.
All right, Past Garlic, that was Jalen, and you're going to edit this in at some point, and yeah, maybe we'll get a call with Connor. Maybe we won't. Who knows? Bye. Well, I'll move on to the BSB League. That's our Yahoo League. That's our Yahoo Reddit League, I should say, that we've talked about all year long, and that we were pretty dominant in. Our regular season record was 12-1, so you could say we did very well for ourselves. But we did not do very well for ourselves last week. Hold on, I'm trying to bring it up here just so I can get the exact numbers. I don't want to spew incorrect information at you. All right, so we played Alex Smith first round in week 15. We only scored 55 points to Alex Smith first round's 104.76, or at least that's how I'm reading on Yahoo. 55 seems pretty low for us, but we had a lot of players not show up, so it's actually not as low as it might sound. We had Patrick Mahomes with 22. He was a pretty solid matchup. He was a pretty solid player as usual for us, but Michael Thomas only got us 8.4. Josh Gordon only got us 2.4. Aaron Jones, as we've talked about a lot today, he only got 0.8. So, I mean, the guy got injured. He got us no fantasy points. Unfortunate for him. Hopefully he gets healthy. Josh Adams only got us 8 points. Zach Ertz only 3. He's been the tight end of the year, but that didn't work out. Lamar Miller only got us 0.8. And then I don't know who that last wide receiver is. Oh, it's the guy for the Denver Broncos, Tim Patrick. He got us 9 points, but overall only 55 or 56 if you want to round up. Very sad. Alex Smith first round definitely dominated us. He had Jared Goff though with only 9, Golden Tate with only 6, but Robert Woods had 12, Joe Mixon had 26, Marlon Mack had 25. So, I mean, he beat us with 2 players right there. Or, I mean, I guess 3 players. Robert Woods, Joe Mixon, and Marlon Mack is all it took to beat us this week. It was an abysmal showing. Not that great. So that's how that matchup went. We sadly lost. We almost predicted it. We had the first round bye. And then we just sucked it up at the end there. Why won't the other matchup show up? That's making me sad. Josh was here so I could talk to someone. Just kidding. So the other matchup of the week was Check My Balls playing TD My Pants. TD My Pants was the other 12-1 team, but he lost this week. Check My Balls, our lovely commissioner, beat TD My Pants 105.1 to 88.24. So the commish is going to be in the championship with Alex Smith first round, so that's pretty cool. Check My Balls had Kirk Cousins as his loyal quarterback. He got him 17, which is not bad. Not quite as high as projection, but still 17 is pretty solid out of a quarterback. His starting wideouts didn't do so good. Jarvis Landry and Adam Thielen only combined for like 8 points there, so that was pretty abysmal. But Dalvin Cook definitely came out this week, 28 points. Samuels also had 18 points. That's pretty good. Vernon Davis did not show up for a commission, only got 2. But then Antonio Brown and Julio Jones, his 2 flexes there. Why those guys are in the flexes, I guess I don't understand. But Antonio Brown with 12, Julio Jones with 17. That'll help round out that 105 performance. TD My Pants, the other 12-1 team, the other bye team. Cam Newton, only 3.7. Cam Newton obviously playing injured, so that's not going to help. Kenny Golladay got him 18.1. That's a pretty good wide receiver show up there. Tyreek Hill only got him 6, though. James White only got him 6. Todd Gurley, his stud running back, got him 29, so that's pretty great. But it's his only player that got above 20. He had Austin Hooper in his starting lineup, got him exactly 0. He had Sterling Shepard in the flex with 4.7, which isn't bad, and he had Alshon Jeffrey in the flex that got him exactly 20. But he only had 3 players in the double digits, 1 player with 0 points. So that's never going to help. TD My Pants ends up with 88, like I've said before. So unfortunately for him, he lost the two bye teams, the top 2 seeds did fall this week. Obviously not how we wish it would have worked out, but that's how it did go. So congrats to TD My Pants, and congrats to Alex Smith congrats to Check My Balls, and congrats to Alex Smith first round. I'll be excited to watch you guys' matchup, even though it won't mean much to me because I can't win any money. Makes me sad. But let's just look. I've already listed some of their players here, but looks like Check My Balls is not going to be starting Kirk Cousins, or at least he's not in his current starting lineup. He's got Matt Ryan in there. He still has Adam Thielen, Julio Jones, Dalvin Cook, James Conner, Trey Burton, Jarvis Landry, and Antonio Brown. Honestly, that's a pretty sexy looking starting lineup. He's currently projected 116.5. With Julio Jones, it's hard to say what he's going to do. He's kind of like a boom or bust, and he's not a big touchdown hog, so it'll have to come through receptions. It'll have to come through yardage. Adam Thielen had a really down week last week. You hope that doesn't continue. It'll depend on how Detroit's covering him, if Detroit wants to double or triple team him, kind of like Miami was or not. Dalvin Cook had a coming out party last week that hopefully can continue. As a Vikings fan, I hope that's true. James Conner's questionable to play currently, so we don't know. He'll play Samuels instead, though, if he doesn't. But James Conner currently projected 14. Trey Burton's probably the weakest point of his starting lineup. He's his tight end, of course. Only projected 7. Trey Burton, again, another boomer bust. High risk, high reward. He could get you 20 points. He could get you 4. So Antonio Brown, obviously, is another stud in this guy's starting lineup. So he's currently projected 116. Alex Smith, first round, the team that beat us. He's got Jared Goff, so who knows with him. I projected him as a fantasy dud this week, but Jared Goff could definitely succeed against Arizona. You would hope he should be able to succeed against Arizona, but again, with that team imploding, who knows? Golden Tate is his wide receiver 1. Robert Woods, wide receiver 2. Those names personally don't excite me very much. Of course, if you listen to the Studs Dud segment, Eric's picked Robert Woods as a dud this week. He always seems to pick a guy he's playing against as a dud. I don't know if that's like a superstitious thing or not. I'm not superstitious myself. I'm just a little stitious, but Alex Smith first round has Joe Mixon and Marlon Mack, who again both were studs last week. Both got over 20, so we'll see how that goes. Joe Mixon playing Cleveland and Marlon Mack playing the Giants. Those should hopefully be okay rushing matchups. Cleveland has kind of been more high flying lately, but last week they weren't. So we'll see. We'll see what Joe Mixon can do. George Kittle has been a tight end stud this year, so Alex Smith first round will be banking on him, getting him probably a nice solid 20. He also has Travis Kelce in the flex, so this guy's starting 2 tight ends. Travis Kelce has been okay this year. I believe he's the tight end 2 or tight end 3, depending on whether you're in a PPR league or not. Travis Kelce's usually pretty solid. And then in his flex here, he's got Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette, if he can do anything like Dalvin Cook did last week, then of course Alex Smith first round should be able to get plenty of points from him, playing the Miami defense that let Dalvin Cook and Latavius Murray run all over them. Oh man, looking at this matchup here, I don't really know. I don't to pick a winner. I mean, they're projected within 2 points right now, so I mean, just because he's our commissioner, I'll give the edge to Check My Balls. I think he's got overall better receivers. Dalvin Cook is a question mark. James Conner's a question mark. So Matt Ryan's a question mark. Alex Smith first round starting Jared Goff. I don't know. I think I'll give the edge to Eric's there. Check My Balls. I think he might walk away with the championship in the inaugural year, but who knows what will happen. I certainly can't predict the future. And no one can predict the future. So that's the Blood, Sweat, and Beers League. I won't really talk about our third place match because I don't really think it matters much to me. I certainly know it doesn't matter much to Josh. So that's what we got for that. So yeah, I think I'll just move into our outro here, and then I'll have to record other stuff after this, and then move it in, and then I'll have to do editing this week. I don't like doing my job, but don't forget about our email if you ever want to reach out to us, hiddenoaksoverdose@gmail.com. Also our Facebook page, facebook.com/hoodbod, or just, search Hidden Oaks Overdose Football Fix. You'll find us. Thanks for having me, Josh. You can't hear me anymore because you walked away some time ago, but thanks for having me. Nikita, thank you for listening. Ryan Walters, thank you for listening. Eric Kesterisk, thank you. Eric Landvik, haven't heard from you in a couple weeks, but that's okay. I want to believe in my heart you're still listening. You don't have to tell me if you are or aren't, but thank you for listening when you did, at least. You definitely didn't have to. Jamie, you're probably running right now, or you're maybe cooling down on your run. Thank you for listening. Derek, You said you're a new loyal listener, so I mean, probably not loyal because we only got a couple more weeks of fantasy. But Derek, you'll probably listen this week. So if you made it this far, thank you. And yeah, I don't have the song queued up, so it's actually gonna take me one more second. I do things poorly when I fly solo. So, anyone in the championships this week, I wish you luck because I'm in exactly 0 of them. So I've got nothing riding on the football games this week. So hopefully I can just sit back, relax, and enjoy some good football. All right, everybody, deuces.